So the way the system works, it all starts at the compressor, and this is what makes it move. It draws refrigerant in, compresses it, and spits out hot refrigerant. So this is what makes it all go. This is, when you're drawing the electricity out of the supply, this is what's using it. There's a fan motor that's also using it, but we're talking about an amp, maybe 1.5 there, 2 amps. Or this is going to be drawn 20 or 25, 30. So what it does is it pulls in the refrigerant, compresses it, and sends it out. This is the heat exchanger inside of our heater. This is where the water goes in and out, and there's titanium coil down inside, and that's represented here. When that hot refrigerant goes through the coil, the water, it goes through to take that heat off, and that's where the water gets heated. So you have hot refrigerant coming in and cooled off refrigerant coming out. And the reason it does it is the water. The cold water comes in and pulls the heat from the coils and then goes out. It's a double heat exchanger system where the water is changing heat over here and the air is changing heat over here. So when the refrigerant comes out and it's cooled off a little bit by the water, it goes through an expansion valve, and basically that's the nozzle on the garden hose. It releases it off at a much lower pressure. It's probably coming in at 250, it's coming out at 100. So that instant drop in pressure is what makes it get really cold. That cooled refrigerant enters the evaporator, which is the air side of the unit out here. Use this like a radiator in a car. So the warm air, the fan draws the warm air in over these fins, and that warm air heats up that cold refrigerant. That's why you have cold air coming out the top of the heater. In an air conditioner in a home, you have the cold air blowing into your house, and then if you ever stood over an air conditioner in a house, it's the warm air coming off. So it's just, all you're doing is transferring heat. Same principle, the cold air is getting blown out here, and the warm air, well in our case it's water, is over here. Alright, so we left off here where the warm air was coming in. The air blowing over the fins of the evaporator is what preheats the refrigerant. When it leaves here and gets super cooled, it goes through here and picks up heat out of the air. Then that preheated refrigerant enters the compressor and gets compressed. So you kind of see the cycle of, they're doing the same thing on both sides. And these two are doing similar things. One is heating by compressing, this one's cooling by expanding. And it just, the refrigerant goes in a cycle,